Trust me. That's all I can tell you about my business. Okay.
Michael, why did you come here?
When it's gone and you have no prospects of it in the future, it's very upsetting.
She was loved by millions, admired by legends like Al Pacino, Woody Allen, and Warren Beatty. Yet, Diane Keaton never walked down the aisle. Why would one of Hollywood's most desired women choose a life of solitude? What secret truth did her doctor finally reveal after her passing that changes everything we thought we knew about her? Stay tuned, because the real reason Diane Keaton never married will leave you questioning everything you believe about love, fame, and freedom. It was a quiet afternoon in Los Angeles, sunlight filtering through the old windows of her warm Beverly Hills home. The house was filled with memories, black and white photographs of her mother, stills from Annie Hall, a faded image from The Godfather. When a young reporter asked her why she had never married, Diane smiled that same shy, radiant smile that once captivated millions. But behind the smile lived a sadness that words could hardly contain. She looked out toward her garden, the lavender swaying gently in the breeze, and whispered, "I have loved so deeply that I could not love anyone else. Perhaps that's why I never married." Then she placed a worn leather notebook on the table and said, "Everything I ever wrote about him is in here. I once thought of burning it, but I couldn't, because if I erased that, I'd be erasing part of myself." That was Diane Keaton, a woman of grace, honesty, and reflection. Her life was a series of love stories that taught her the meaning of independence, and at the heart of it all stood one man who defined her forever: Al Pacino. Their story began in 1971, under the dim lights of a Harlem restaurant, when Al Pacino and Diane Keaton met while working on The Godfather. She was 25, radiant and curious. He was 31, intense and magnetic. Their on-screen chemistry as Michael and Kay soon became real, deepened by long nights talking about art, theater, and fame. But love can be fragile. Pacino, devoted to his craft, feared commitment, while Keaton longed for stability and family. In 1990, after The Godfather Part 3, she gave him a choice: marry me, or it's over. He couldn't, and their 20-year romance ended quietly. Years later, at her AFI Lifetime Achievement Award, Pacino told her, "Dee, you are a great artist. I will love you forever." Before Pacino, there was Woody Allen, the man who shaped her early career. They met in 1969 during Play It Again, Sam, where her quirky charm captivated him instantly. Together they made classics like Sleeper, Love and Death, and Annie Hall, which won her an Oscar and redefined the modern romantic heroine. Yet behind the laughter was a quiet ache. Woody loved the comfort and rhythm of New York, while Diane longed to explore Hollywood and grow beyond the city's familiar skyline. Their romance evolved from passion to deep friendship, one defined by trust that never faded. Even amid scandals and accusations, Diane stood firm. "Woody Allen is my friend, and I still trust him," she said. When she passed in 2025, Woody, then 89, mourned her simply, "She was the most wonderful woman on the planet." Their connection outlasted fame, distance, and time itself. When Warren Beatty proposed, Diane refused. She had seen what love could become when it turned into control. "I wanted love," she later said, "not a cage." Their romance ended in 1984, but their admiration for each other endured. At her AFI tribute years later, Warren said, "I love her. She's full of integrity, humor, and beauty." For Diane, he was another lesson in the price of freedom. That sometimes, saying no is the only way to protect who you are. Years later, another unexpected name entered her story: Keanu Reeves. They met on the set of Something's Gotta Give, a romantic comedy directed by Nancy Meyers. Diane was 58. Keanu was 38. Their chemistry on screen as Erica Barry and Julian Mercer caught everyone's attention. Off-screen, it became real. They shared dinners in Los Angeles, long phone calls, and quiet laughter. Keanu once called her the most interesting woman I've ever met, and she said, "Keanu loved me deeply. not just a little, but a love that grew over time. But Hollywood is cruel to lovers who defy its rules. The 19-year age gap became the invisible wall between them. Diane feared judgment. Keanu, still grieving personal losses, withdrew. When it ended, she told friends softly, "After Keanu, I didn't need love anymore. I'd had my share." Through all these chapters, Al Pacino, Woody Allen, Warren Beatty, Keanu Reeves, Diane Keaton discovered something most never do: that love does not always mean togetherness. It sometimes means walking away with dignity. In her 50s, she turned toward a new kind of love: motherhood. At 50, she adopted her first child, Dexter Keaton, from a California agency. 6 years later, she welcomed a son, Duke. Her home in Los Angeles became a sanctuary filled with laughter, music, and simple joy. "Having children," she once said, "is more important than anything I've ever done." She balanced late-night feedings with film sets, bedtime stories with red carpet nights. Dexter grew up to work in veterinary technology. Duke found his passion in photography, and both grew up grounded and kind. They didn't see her as a movie star, just as mom. Diane called that her greatest award. As years passed, the once unstoppable actress slowed down. The same woman who had survived bulimia, skin cancer, and heartbreak now spent her days tending to her garden, painting, and listening to old jazz records. Yet, by her bedside remained one photograph, a picture of her and Al Pacino smiling on the set of The Godfather. Her daughter Dexter revealed, "Mom never talked much about him, but sometimes she'd hold that photo and just smile, like she was that girl again." That photograph was the love she never let go of, the one chapter she never truly closed. On October 11th, 2025, at the age of 79, Diane Keaton passed away at a hospital in Santa Monica, California, after a short battle with bacterial pneumonia. Her children, Dexter and Duke, were by her side. The news shattered Hollywood. Tributes flooded in from old friends and co-stars. Francis Ford Coppola called her the embodiment of creativity. Nancy Meyers said, "She made everything better." And Woody Allen's message was short but piercing: "She was my only audience." Before her death, in one of her final interviews, Diane Keaton said, "I loved fully, perhaps too fully. In the end, I didn't need a man to complete me. I just needed peace." Those words became her farewell, not only to love, but to the idea that happiness depends on someone else. Diane Keaton lived a life surrounded by glamour, but guided by truth. She showed the world that strength isn't measured by how loudly you live, but how gracefully you let go. She didn't chase forever. She embraced freedom. And maybe that's why, even after her passing, her spirit continues to shine. So what do you think? Was Diane Keaton lonely? Or did she simply choose to live life on her own terms? If her story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories behind Hollywood's most powerful lives. Because legends never fade. They just learn to shine quietly. Thanks for watching.